Alright, let's get into this. I'll try to make it quick. My symptoms I suffered from the spring of 2024 from my exposure to DCOY and my weakened system from the oil field. So I suffered edema. You could touch my face, you could touch my body, leave your fingerprints. It would stay there everywhere. It was super weird. Pour out blood in the morning like a faucet of water. My taste buds would bleed on my tongue, around my mouth. My eye vessels would grow in my eyes. I had pure white eyes. They would grow for some reason, and they're still like that in my left eye. I would shut my eyes. I would feel like I'm being zapped into my head. It would go down my body, down my spine, everything like that, like I was being shot. I would bruise easy, everywhere all over my body. I would cut easy if I fell into the wall or anything like that. I would fiercely bleed. I was sensitive to the sun, sensitive to the TV, everything like that. Very badly. It would paralyze me. I remember my son, Dad, play games. I give him 5 minutes. What do you do? What does a dad do? I did it. I got paralyzed on my couch. He's, Daddy, are you okay? I could see him. I could barely talk. I couldn't do anything. I shut off the light, barely speaking. Get mommy. My son, man, he's just turned 5 years old or whatnot. He was, he was so young to be going through all of this. It was absolutely crazy. I'd be talking to people. I would pass out, hit the ground for no reason, mid-conversation, lifeless on the floor. My wife laid with me an hour and a half, crying with a pillow, wondering if I was dead, if I was ever going to wake up. Because I told her, don't call the ambulance, don't go to the doctors or nothing anymore, because they wouldn't help me. They refused me in the emergency rooms everywhere. They wouldn't do nothing. They'd wheel me out in a wheelchair. When I went in there, I couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. Oh, our lab work shows that you're good to go. I get so excited trying to get admitted. They wouldn't admit me. It made no sense. My life didn't matter. I had edema in my throat. I couldn't eat for over 3 months. The food would stack up in my system right here. They did tests, and it showed that I had edema in the back of my throat. I have vocal cord dysfunction. When I had to force myself to eat again, it was the most hardest thing I ever did. I cried fiercely, and the food just stayed in my stomach. Wasn't processing, wouldn't go around my body anymore, wouldn't do anything. It would bulge out my side. I would make jokes with my wife. Hey, look, I just ate. There's my food. I always just try to make a joke out of the situation. It was not a laughing joke. I had seizures nonstop. Not a laughing joke. I get inflammation all over my body. Even, for my ears, I still suffer. The aspects that caused the torturous pain, that was the pain levels. The worst ever was the inflammation, I think. Feeling like my spine, when I would lay down, my spine would be breaking in half. My legs felt like they were being crushed. Just all sorts of different things. You could stick your fingers in my lower spine area in the back, an inch in, and it'd be gone, and then it would be there, and then it would be gone again. It made absolutely no sense.
I tried a ton of AI.
It's just it would just not stop, and I would show my brothers, I would show whoever, and it was just bizarre. I remember one time, sitting there with my wife trying to watch a movie. She asked me to. We sat down to watch a movie. It swelled up right here on my left arm. First, I couldn't feel my fingers. I couldn't move them. Then my hand was dead, and I could barely walk. Hit my body. Hit my leg. My legs went numb. I got up. All right, I'm going to bed. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up. Maybe I'll see you in the morning, hon. Maybe not. Just trying to make a joke out of it. Nobody would help. It was like, what does a guy do besides survive? Keep going. My back. My ribs felt like they were being ripped out of me at times. Take the breath right out of me. The onset of the pain would come. It would crush my ribs. That's what I felt. I'd be screaming. My body would shut down. I'd sleep for 5 minutes, half hour, maybe an hour. I would wake up shaking, seizures, constantly shaking. I would get up feeling like I'm being zapped. I would put my legs over the side of the bed. I would get up to get it to stop. I'd be screaming in my sleep. My wife would put lidocaine all over my back, my legs and stuff, and trying to get, the one time, and the doctor said, don't do it, you could OD. Well, nobody would help. These stupid painkillers, this and that. There's nothing that could stop the pain, nothing that could do anything for me. And they thought it was a joke. Through blood work, said you're okay, you know. I'd wake up feeling like I'd been zapped, yep, shaking, crazy, so I'd stand up. I was in the garage several times. My body would start shaking like that. All that, everything. It was like seizures, standing there, awake seizures, I guess. My brothers came over to say goodbye to me one time, and I was like that. I was just messed up so bad. Goodbye, family, I guess. I don't know. Somehow I just kept coming out of it. Like I kept fighting. I just keep fighting. I'd lose my vision nonstop wherever I'd go. My wife would put me in wheelchairs at the malls, stuff like that. I tripped nonstop because I couldn't see, but I just keep going. I wanted family time. I didn't want to lose my son. I didn't want to lose my wife. I had 4 confirmed strokes on the left side of my brain after my exposure. My eyes started to turn gray. My skin turned gray. It was sucking the life right out of me. But I just kept going. I was 225 pounds. I got down to 160. Pain. When the pain hit my face, I lost my memory. It was too much. And needless to say, through this too, my blood pressure was up and down, up and down. They said, do your readings. I told them, I would tell them, and they're like, you're doing it wrong. Don't do it every 5 minutes. I was doing it like every hour, even twice a day, 3 times a day, barely doing it. And they said I was doing it wrong. I was doing it like every time I do it, and then I'd be like, wow, look, and they just wouldn't listen. I'd call down there, they'd treat me badly, this and that. I did lose my anger because they wouldn't help me. Fairview Clinic wouldn't help me to the extent of admitting me. I went down to the U of M. I went down to the different emergency rooms trying to get admitted, but it was like I was red flagged in the healthcare system for no reason because of this chemical, or like I did nothing wrong. I did nothing. I got sick at work. I got exposed for 3 months, and I started fighting for my life. I got on my machine, and I couldn't walk. It's like, what do you do? And when I could eat, you know, I figured out I was passing out from food, dizziness, this and that from the food and everything. And it's like,
I've been a pastor for
what do you do? Because I became allergic to gluten as well. And with the gluten, it causes dizziness, causes fatigue, makes me pass out. It hurts me very badly for a long time. Turns out, you know, when I was fighting this chemical, it was embedded in my muscles, my body, my brain, everything. I mean, I should be dead. My body would go, my temperature, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, just nonstop. And my bottoms of my feet turned white. And this all led up to my son's prayer 5 days before Christmas. The night, 5 days before that, when I should have died in my garage. And I want to talk a little more about that at a different time, because I quit breathing, all sorts of things. We thought a prayer at the end of the day made me right with the Lord. I never taught my kid about the Lord. I spent countless days at the gas station. I couldn't drive because I couldn't sit in my truck. It hurt my spine and my ribs so bad. I would cry down the road. I would cry here. I wanted to hide from my wife. Wanted to hide from society because I was just bawling. Why, Lord? Why, you know? And I even did a boat trip, one last boat trip, fishing trip with a friend where the sunlight was destroying me on his boat. I went to go look for snakes one last time with my son, barely being able to walk. Couldn't see. That's what a dad does. You know, that's what a dad does. You know, the other thing I want to say, you know, that my next video, I'm going to start to get into the shaman, how my wife just tried to help me. We were outside a rock shop after the cancer center. What did I have left? The shaman, right? But my son's prayer, everything, and the Lord came to me in the shaman shop when I died in there. Man, I got crucified. It's like these people left me to die like I was nothing. You know, I ask you guys, could you have made it? What would have been your Ebenezer stone? I refused to let go of my son, but I said 1,000,000 times to the Lord. I said, Lord, if this is your will, let it be done. But I'm ready to come home, man. And then I even got to the point, Mom, my mom's up there. Mom, tell him to make this stop. Let it stop. Like, why wouldn't it stop? Like, I said, coming out of this, man, I'm destroyed. I mean, these people, they call me crazy in this because there's so many people that ain't being held accountable. Like, my life and my family means nothing. They try to give me, you know, they've worked me through work comp as fast as possible. I wasn't even thinking right. I mean, losing my house, losing everything. And I'm still in a bad position. They don't want to help me. They don't want to stand up for nothing that has to do with Josh. Josh's life don't matter. It don't matter. They call me crazy thinking that, you know, I went through this and it's not okay. My Ebenezer Stone, my son, my wife, my family. I gave my family the world, and now our lives have been taken from us. I ask you, could you have made it through this? I don't come out of this with hate. I come out of this with humbleness and love, with the Spirit of Christ that's been upon my life, that has saved me. This is 2 years later, guys. I'm still going through it, and I'm still sick, because I shouldn't be here. Could you have made it? I'm sure I missed some things. I mean, from my stools being several different colors, not being able to go to the bathroom, all sorts of things. I mean, could you have made it? Would you get up? Would you keep going? Would you fight? Or would you have sat there and died? I didn't follow the Lord. I got judged. But the Lord came and got me out of hell. More stories to come. There's a lot more to this, guys. Thank you.